Hey guys, welcome back to Blueprint channel. It's Maziar here, and a lot of you might know me as TK, but today I'm here to give you a guide for the Super Barch army right here. I have changed a few stuff of this army, like for example I put a miner, counted a few barbs out and put more loons, and also I've added a headhunter, and I'm gonna explain everything in the attacks. Onto this video I'm gonna actually show you different style of bases. I'm gonna bring you two different approaches on box bases, which is one of the bases that a lot of people struggle with. But before we jump into that video, make sure you like this video and also subscribe to Blueprint channel. But without further ado, man, let's just go. Alright guys, on this first base, I'm actually going to pause the video right here. This is a type of base that, for example, you cannot really go for the town hall with the Super Archer Blimp because of the poison tower. So what do you usually go for? It's complete opposite side. And you might be wondering, well, there could be a tornado right around. Let me actually change this color around here. What do you do? Well, I'm gonna give you the first tip of today's video. Basically, it's really simple. If there's a sweeper, like if there's both sweepers pointing this way, that means, sorry by the way, yeah, I know the scenery is a bit weird, but you can see, I think, the sweeper. If the sweepers are pointing that way, that means if your blimp even catch the tornado, you're still going to make it, because the tornado will spin you around and those traps that you just saw will not hit your blimp, but then the sweepers will push you, and that's when you go back, the traps will hit the blimp and then the blimp will keep on going. And this is why I love to land the blimp in the middle, because you can get so much value, and a lot of the times you can see the clan castle. If the archers shoot it, a lot of the bases have the monolith on the other side of it, so you can easily grab the monolith and even activate the invisibility tower, which on these type of attacks are not really the most value, but still it's a bonus. So now you can see already the base has 2 expos and 2 scatter shots left with obviously the 4 heroes. You might be wondering, where do we start the attack? So I'm gonna pause right here. You can go from either sides depending on exactly, maybe there is an expo, let's say, you know, standing around this area. That's when it's gonna be a bit tougher, but make sure you go from a side that, for example, you see there is a Tesla farm popping, because you have the king, you have the ice golem, you have the power of both heroes and also the titan, meaning you can get through that Tesla farm really quickly. So now going into the queen very nicely. First ice golem popped. I'm holding one ice golem sometimes when I see there is no damage, and now we're just adding the barbarians to the sides. And you might be wondering, why do we choose barbarians? I'm gonna give you that answer later, but because this is the second tip of today's video, look at what I do. 2 wall break at the same time, because I want to activate that spell tower. 1 wall break will not do it, so 2 wall break at the same time. For 1 wall, the same wall, it's gonna activate it. You might be saying like, this is not the best value in this space, I know, but still that is a tip for you in case you're trying to activate a spell tower and you don't really want your heroes to walk through. Now king with those headhunters can take out the king nicely, and now we go from opposite side with the royal champion. That's where I'm gonna use my ice golem nicely, and of course that headhunter is getting targeted by the mortar, but still we managed to put some, you know, shots on the royal champion. Queen is gonna grab the town hall for me, and my royal champion going around the barbarians for the tank and also to do damage, to clean up, to funnel. This is the reason I love the barbarians, because they can do all those stuff that I just mentioned, and it's just so simple. With 5 spots it's easy. And take a look how crushing this is. I have so many barbarians and 2 heroes still alive. And guys, these attacks are just your heroes. You're just providing, you know, tanking and also funnel for them. Alright, we're on the next base, and let me pause it quickly right here. So this is kind of a similar I would say sweeper placement, because last time we went from opposite side and we went and landed the blimp in the middle. This time it would be good value too, but this time we have invisibility behind the town hall. Mostly that is kind of an issue if you want to send your heroes to it, but don't worry, it's not the biggest deal. I've always done that as well, but this time you can see the sweeper. So what do you go for on this certain base? You want to go from an angle that you dodge the sweeper and then go and land the blimp close to the town hall, somewhere that you can get the town hall, get the value around it like scatter, monolith, CC, town hall, some expos and stuff, and that's basically the value you're looking for. Nothing too crazy, but still for a warden ability I think that's enough value. And did I send the headhunter? I did. So you can send the headhunter, that's up to you. Now that you have 4 on this army that I'll be linking down below, it's gonna be a bit nicer. But you can see I'm gonna clone to the right. Look at that archer. That one archer that got cloned to the other side of the wall can be really helpful. This is the army with one clone, and I love the one clone. I'm gonna explain why I choose it. It's because I have more control over my own, super archers. I know this clone is gonna give me 2 archer on this side. It's really simple, so that's the reason I'm choosing the one clone. And now we took this base down nicely. I'm gonna pause it right here. So this is 2 ways again that you can approach. If the eagle is in the middle of the base, you've seen it probably in box bases. If the eagle is in the middle of the base and you take it out, that's when you want to go around the top side of the base and finish this side. But this time we want to dive into the eagle because of course we have no other troops like lava hound, golem. This eagle will target your heroes mainly, so it's going to be a problem to finish on it. Never finish on the eagle, always dive into it if it's possible. Now king and queen, this actually on this account I actually had the yak with the queen for the Legends League because sometimes it's good to have the walls open, for example when the closed compartments are really annoying. And now headhunter, ice golem, few barbarians to go in, and this is where you need to just go around the base with nice wall breaker, provide tanking and funnel, and overall I would say just clean up as well. Don't forget, cleanup is really important, so don't miss out any buildings on the side of this attack. So everything going forward, I think Titan's still alive very nicely. We had the Tesla farm on the left side, which means we're not gonna be I think going into too much damage, but still don't worry about this world champion. Sometimes can be annoying, but you have one more headhunter left. This is where it gets interesting. Sometimes you need to hold your headhunter if the other hero is a bit low on HP. Don't drop it because you don't have many on this certain army, but I've added one more, so that's completely fine. Now I think one headhunter you can see already is completely wasted right there, but we're going forward. And then barbarians for the tanking coming from the sides of these areas. You can take down, guys, one archer tower, Tesla, mortar, cannon, everything with one barbarian, so that is a good thing to know about. But if there is more damage, just drop 2 on them, 2 on one cannon, 2 on the wizard tower. It's easy to take it out. And now single lock onto my barbarian king. I didn't want to spend too much barbarians because I had no idea how far these heroes could get, because this Tesla farm could have had so many skellies. So hold on to your barbarians, and you might be seeing this, guys, I still have the royal champion. This is how strong this army is, and my queen entered from 6 and she's finishing from 9. This is crazy. But now I dropped the royal champion. I didn't need her, but the time was running out. Sometimes on box spaces you could end up time failing, so make sure you don't really look at, for example, your heroes going, or for example, I don't know, your barbarians going. Always drop something like in a second or 2, drop something like look at this and then drop the other one. Try to funnel everything. Do all this stuff in the attack, but don't worry, it's not too confusing. You will get there with practice. Alright, I'm gonna pause the next attack right here. This is an anti 3-star base, as you can see, and these bases are all depending on the sweeper and the poison towers, the invisibility towers, all this stuff depending. So on this specific base there is only one way to go for the town hall, and that's from the top side. So that's when I'm gonna actually blimp the top side, try to get the town hall, the monolith, maybe the multi-tower inferno around this area. But that's exactly why a lot of people think super archers and, for example, this certain strategy on anti 3-star bases are not the best, because you don't get too much value and you even use a warden. Well, I'm here to tell you this strategy is super powerful, and this is exactly how. I dropped the blimp behind the wall because of course I had wall breakers, so later on my archers can go forward. And guys, don't forget, you need to make the clan castle that you can see Titan invisible, so she goes past the archers and the archers don't target her, because it's gonna be a long day for you if they do. And now archers going for the expo. I didn't drop a headhunter this time with my warden ability because I knew my archers could actually end up killing the royal champion themselves, so I don't need to waste a headhunter, and you're gonna see why I need them later in the raid. So taking out this multi-inferno nicely, and this is where it gets interesting. You want to again dive into the eagle. Let me pause this. If you look at this base, what is left is this area around here. going forward and then finishing here. There is a small area on the top, but that's exactly why the super barbarians shine, because one barbarian can finish this whole side for you. You can go to the scatter compartment, but of course you need a few just in case there is giant bombs or something. And then you can see already the L shape. You want to go into the eagle, add barbarians on the side, try to snipe out these cannons right here, and just funnel the heroes straight into the next compartment so you can easily take everything out. Now I'm gonna take a while to take that CC out, I know, but because it's Titan, you don't actually need to pull it to a corner, kill it with the queen, then start the attack. You can already start the attack and don't waste too much time. Now going forward, this is where I needed those 3 headhunters together, but I didn't have my spotter here, so you know, no one was there to tell me there is no more heroes left, so drop all the 3. So I just dropped 1 headhunter later, but you can see already the barbarians on the top side, 2 of them for the wizard tower, 2 for that scatter, easily taking out the top side for themselves. And now king is going to die early. This is why sometimes it's important to have his ability, his phoenix, or for example overall his health in front of the queen. But this base was a tough one because we didn't get too much value with the warden, as I mentioned, but look at how much damage we're dealing with the barbarians on the side. And when your king goes down, that's when usually you want to drop the royal champion in kind of the same angle, so you know your queen doesn't die either. You want to hold the queen as far as possible, and this is where I add the royal champion to the expo. Now hold barbarians. One more thing, I'm gonna pause and tell you a tip. Don't drop. It's like loons, it's like Lalo. You need to always hold some in your bag to add to the attack. At the end, in the middle, in the beginning, you always need them. So don't be like, you know, 60% of the base is gone and you have no more barbarians, or you have 2 more barbarians. That's exactly how you can fail. And now the invisibility tower could be a bit annoying for us, but look at what I do at the end. This is where it gets interesting as well. I drop a minion and also a barbarian to pull any kind of traps later to my queen, to my phoenix, to my royal champion. So in the end of the attack, I don't need to deal with them, and then I damage the buildings a bit just to do some, you know, more damage and to make sure there is no trap. If there is, I pull it. Let me actually pause it quickly to my royal champion and queen, so this area don't do all these damages to my heroes. This is important. And now I can just finish off the base with 2 headhunters, you know, 2 barbarians, wall breakers, everything else, and it's a crushing attack. This is what I also wanted to show you on this style of base. This attack is really nice, man, if you can find a good one, because sometimes there is a difference, like for example if the sweepers are a bit placed weird, but this one works really nicely. Alright, so this is where I'm gonna pause this again because I want to give you a whole idea of what is this base. This is a ring base, but more like a core town hall base as well. But I wanted to bring you all these different styles because, well, you really need to know how to approach all these bases when you're doing attacks in Legends or CWL. And this is not just any ordinary ring base. This is a kind of I would say it's a special base. That's because of the way the poison towers are placed and the way you don't get too much value with the archers again. I really want to showcase it's not about all like your archers, how much they get, and your warden ability to get 3 expos, 2 scatters, you know, 3 multis. No, it doesn't matter. This side, guys, I'm only going to get 1 town hall, 1 scatter shots, I'm saying 1 town hall like there is 2, and then 1 monolith. That's the only thing I'm going to get. And take a look at how much of the base will be left. And you're wondering, how does this man just finish this base off with 40 barbarians? It's really simple, and that's because of the power this strategy has, man. It's amazing how easily you can use it, and it's not even that hard to use these barbarians. You're just using it around the base. Now we got the value, we got the funnel. I'm gonna pause this right here. Where do you want to start the attack? 2 sides again. You have this L shape right here. It's not an L, I can see it's a C, okay? So it's a C shape. So on the top side you have the single, which if it locks onto your heroes, or a monolith, this is a tip I'm gonna give you. Don't start the attack into a monolith or a single tower inferno because they can be really hurtful as you don't have any more spells. If they lock onto your heroes, that hero is gone. You have no more heroes for the rest of the attack, like you have 1 less hero. And this is where, of course, you need to start from the lower side to go in and go around the base like that. Now, adding the queen and then adding the king if the CC is too much damage, but you can always add just 1 titan, 1 barbarian to kill the CC. You have a minion as well, and also that miner that I didn't tell you about, it's because sometimes, guys, there's a mortar or there's an air defense on the other side of the wall left. That's when that 1 miner can be the really, like, MVP of an attack to finish that off, so you don't have to use another wall break for that area. Now wall breaking my heroes into the base, 2 ice golems, another wall break going in, and this is where I add barbarians on the lower side to just deal with this king, so the king doesn't go to my main army and stall my main army in front of 4 expos and a poison tower. This is important tips, guys, so make sure you like take notes or like remember them, because it's important. A few barbarians can easily take out that whole Tesla farm for you, simple as that. And now my king's still alive, but he is going to go down, and this is where again, because I can see my king is dying, I add the royal champion so she can now go and add to my queen. And the top side, I'm just dropping the barbarians 2 by 2, you know, 1 on normal buildings, 2 on certain defenses to try to take him out, so my royal champion doesn't have to pull out of the base every time she goes to deal with damage. She keeps going straight forward and even deep in the core in case there's any building left in the core. More barbarians on top, and you can see I'm tanking for all these 3 defenses so they don't shoot my royal champion, and once they do, it's gonna be late because, well, she already going past the scatter, past those defenses, and look at this, 1 barbarian, 1 single. This is why you need to hold it, because now the single would have locked onto my royal champion, and who knows, maybe this attack would have been a fail, but that 1 barbarian could be a really like game-changing thing for you, and this is how you crush this base. And this was not, again, just an ordinary ring base, this was a special one. And I know this video took a long time because I've tried to look for all these different style and special ways in how to approach a base and different tips for you. And that's it for the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, learned something new, and you know, those tips that I just gave you, keep that in mind. And also, we're gonna have the link of this strategy down below in the description, so make sure you go and copy it. And also, if you want to see more attacks, for example on diamond bases or just different box bases, Hooked already done a video on this attack strategy and commentate on it, so we're gonna have the link of that also on your screen right now. And also, don't forget to use code below. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day so far, and I hope I see you soon on the next one. So take care and peace.